Welcome back inside Super Bowl Experience. We are right now on the Lazy Boy Lounge here, and I've got a very special guest. Many of you might know him, Brian Dawkins. He played for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos here and was a 2018, I should say, inductee to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Brian, many hold you as one of the greatest safeties of all time. Talk about the experience of being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Man, unbelievable. It's so humbling for me because I never, to be honest with you, thought that would be me. Like I didn't envision that. I didn't really picture that. I was just trying to be the best version of myself that I could, to try to live up to the name of a guy like Ronnie Lott. I was trying to be like Ronnie Lott, Darren Woodson, and those guys. And to finally get in, one of the first things that happened to me when I finally got in is I began to think about all those individuals that blessed me, that helped me along the way. All those individuals that all of a sudden find themselves as a Hall of Fame place. Like Jacksonville, Florida has a Hall of Famer. Like I began to think about the magnitude of what can possibly come out of some tough circumstances, which I found myself in at some certain times in my life.
Yeah, we'll talk about that just in a moment here because of your foundation. I want to talk about the Super Bowl. You actually played against Tom Brady and the Patriots back in 2005 when you were on the Philadelphia Eagles here. If you're the Los Angeles Rams, what should their approach be in your opinion, Brian?
Well, it's like nothing that anybody else probably would try to do. That's to try to get pressure on Brady, but specific pressure. Pressure meaning that you get up on him to make him move left or right, not up, not step up in the pocket to feel comfortable in those situations. You can't allow them to run the football, so you have to stop the run, make them one-dimensional, and then you have to be great tacklers in the open field for 4 quarters. So you can't let Julian Edelman, you can't let Gronk. They will catch their passes, but you can't allow them to get yards after catch, after contact. And that way you can get off the field to get your offense back on the field. The best time to beat the Patriots is having your offense on the field, controlling the clock. So if they can do those things, they have a chance.
We certainly saw that late in the championship game there for the Rams. Do you think their defense can do it? They were ranked number 19.
Well, they have what it takes. Like they have probably the defensive MVP, and one of the most dominant defensive linemen of his time in Sue right next to him. So they have what it takes, and they have a lot of other guys up front that can get after Brady, but you have to be extremely disciplined for 4 quarters against this team. Like, they're not going to hurt themselves. Usually they don't hurt themselves. You hurt yourselves, especially in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
So to me, it's going to come down to the 4th quarter, and if the Rams can stay within themselves to continue to do exactly what they've been doing and being dominant.
Before we go, I got to talk about your foundation and why you're here this week.
Yeah,
Brian.
so these are two options that you can have to bid on. One of them is a game-used ball. It's actually the touchdown that I scored against the Texans when I set the record for all of these things that I did. And then it's another one, it's a game-used helmet as well. And so the proceeds for both of those will go towards the Brian Dawkins Increased Foundations. And that foundation is to bless people spiritually, mentally, and physically, but especially single moms, to be able to bless them, to give them hope up out of the things that they may have found themselves in. I understand the power of hope.
Yeah, and you talked about some of those tough times here. Does this have a personal note for you, Brian?
Absolutely. Absolutely. To be able to bless people with hope is something that I truly believe in, because once again, I found myself down sometimes in depression, and the power of hope blessed me to be where I am today.
Bigger than the game this whole entire week is. Brian Dawkins, Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's a treat to have you here. Thank you so much.